Hello and welcome. So, one of the most common complaints that I hear from people who really want to learn to sing but haven't is, I don't like the sound of my own voice. Or, I wasn't born to sing, or I can't sing. I just don't have a singing voice. I'm here to tell you that if you can talk, you can sing, because singing is just sustained speech. And at the end of the day, if you don't like the sound of your voice, there are probably a few reasons for that, which we're gonna talk about in this video. So we're gonna talk about the reason why you might not like the sound of your own voice, and I'm gonna give you a couple of things that will basically instantly improve your sound when you're singing. So let's get started. All right, so I'm just gonna tell you out the gates that for the most part, anybody who hears their voice recorded and then listens to it back has the same reaction, and it's usually one of like shock and horror, and it's like, that's not me, I don't sound like that. It's super common, and there's a reason for this. The reason is when you sing, you are the instrument. Your body is feeling the sound. The sound is literally vibrating in your being, and when you feel sound, it changes the way you interpret it. So when you record yourself and then listen back, you're not feeling the sound anymore, you're just hearing it. So your experience of that sound is different. It's just simply that you're not used to how you sound when you're not feeling your sound. And the best remedy for that is to record yourself a whole bunch and listen back and just get used to the way your voice sounds. I can tell you, it took me a long time to get used to the sound of my voice. I've been taking vocal lessons for a really long time. I talk on camera for a living, and for a while there, I'd walk into a room and I'd hear the video playing and be like, oh my gosh, that's my voice? It's totally normal. So I just want you to know, out the gates, you're not alone. Now, another reason why you might not like the sound of your voice is because there are a few things about singing that you maybe don't know that could drastically improve your sound. So I wanted to dive into those right now. They're quick, they're simple, and I think that they're gonna give you an instant improvement that you can feel super good about. There are 3 things that you control when you're singing. And I'm not gonna get too far down that road, but they are your vocal cords, your breath, and the shape you make with your mouth. So a thing that I see a lot in people who are new to singing and maybe feeling a bit shy is something like this. I'm gonna sing Lewis Capaldi. I'm gonna sing, okay. And the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. It didn't sound the best, and that's because I didn't have enough breath, and I wasn't really making the right shapes. My mouth was kind of closed. So I'm gonna do that again, but I'm gonna provide a little bit more breath to the equation, and I'll show you how the sound changes. Now, I'm also gonna be making better shapes with my mouth. I'm not gonna be singing through like kind of a still mouth. I'm gonna move my face to match the vowels in the words. Watch this. Now the day bleeds into nightfall, 'cause you're not here to get me through it all. Big difference. So those are 2 very simple things that can make a drastic improvement to your sound. The best way to practice this is my favorite vocal exercise, the bubble, because that'll teach you how much breath you need for the phrase that you're singing. So let's try that again. We're gonna go. That's how the bubble works. And if you're new to that exercise, we've got a video here that'll teach you all about how to practice and perform the bubble. I know it feels ridiculous, but it makes such a difference. So after you've sung that on the bubble, you can go back to singing it with the words, and you're gonna feel way more connected to what you're singing. And now the day bleeds. Way better. Let's just add more breath. The second thing was my shape. So day bleeds into nightfall. I open my mouth, fall, 'cause you're not here to get me through it all. And now the day bleeds into nightfall. Big difference between that and keeping my mouth kind of still. 'Cause you're not here to get me through it all. The sound kind of gets stuck in my nose and it gets nasal. The sound's gonna travel the path of least resistance. So open up a little bit, sing with confidence, even if you're like, oh, I don't want anybody to hear me. Find a safe place to practice providing enough breath, making the good shapes, committing to your sound. I always say, when I'm practicing singing or encouraging a shy singer, okay, give it everything you got. If you're gonna fail, you're gonna fail epically. And if you're gonna succeed, you're gonna succeed epically, because you're really committed. It makes all the difference. So the point I'm trying to make here is singing is loud. You're gonna make noise when you sing. So if you don't commit and really, put your effort in, if you're trying to sing all quiet so nobody hears you, chances are you're not gonna have the same level of success as you would if you really went for it. Commit to it, make some noise. And that's why it's so important to find a safe place to practice where you're not afraid of taking up some space with your sound. So I hope that you found these tips helpful. If you have any questions, comment below. I am here to be your biggest cheerleader, and I hope you have fun practicing. See you next time.